take things personal from people that you don't know personally. Like I tell them, like, it's gonna be a million people that feel this about you, feel that about you. Personally, I don't give a fuck. Excuse my language, but like.
Did you know that some of the strongest advice in professional sports doesn't come from coaches, analysts, or trainers, but from family? Today's story is about a moment that hit fans right in the chest because Stefon Diggs didn't show up as a superstar wide receiver. He showed up as a big brother. And the message he sent to Trevon Diggs is going viral for a reason. Stefon Diggs has been trending not for a touchdown, not for a trade rumor, but for a heartfelt message that cut through all the NFL noise. In a league where pressure is constant and criticism is loud, Stefon decided to speak on something deeper, resilient.
Like, who cares? As long as you living right, you working hard, you trying your best, like, that's what it comes down to. Like, people gonna have a million opinions as to what you should be doing or what you shouldn't be doing and X, Y, Z, but at the end of the day, you need to work hard, you need to be a professional, and I know he's gonna get another opportunity. He's a hell of a player, and I want him to learn and grow and become the best version of himself at the end of the day. For me, I care about my brother, I love my little brother, and I want the best for him. So anybody talking mess about him, I wish I could go fight them all. I wish I could go Twitter, tweet them all, but like, I can't. All I can do is try to make sure my little brother's in a good headspace. He's staying positive, he's staying grounded, and he keeping focused on the things that matter most. Not about what all the people say and all that, because I don't care about that shit, to be honest with you. At the end of the day, if you don't affect my bank account or you don't affect my family, what I care about it for?
This wasn't a flashy headline moment, it was a real one, and that's why it stuck. The Diggs brothers are already legendary in football circles. Two elite athletes, two different positions, both performing at the highest level in the NFL. Stefon Diggs, known for his precision, competitiveness, and emotional intensity, has carved out a reputation as one of the league's most dynamic receivers. Trevon Diggs, on the other hand, has made a name for himself as a fearless cornerback, unafraid to take risks, unafraid to be targeted, and unafraid to hear the criticism that comes with it. But with greatness comes backlash, and that's where this message comes in. Stefon opened up about the reality of the game, saying there will always be bad days on the field. Not every game is a highlight reel. Not every play goes your way. And that honesty mattered because it wasn't sugar-coated motivation, it was real-life football truth. According to people close to the situation, the message was sparked after Trevon faced intense criticism following on-field struggles and social media backlash. Fans can be ruthless, analysts can be unforgiving, and timelines move fast. One bad performance, and suddenly narratives form. Stefon made it clear he's been watching how his brother handles that pressure, and he respects it. What really caught attention was the core of Stefon's advice. Don't let people choose what you want to do with your life. That line resonated beyond football. He wasn't just talking about coverages or play calls, he was talking about identity, about not letting public opinion force you into decisions that don't align with who you are or where you're trying to go. Stefon emphasized that outside voices can push players into making bad choices, choices rooted in ego, fear, or desperation. And in a league where contracts, legacies, and careers are always on the line, that pressure is real. His message was simple but powerful. Keep training, trust your team, and stay locked into your process. He also spoke on team trust, something that often gets overlooked when fans focus on individual stats. Stefon reminded Trevon that football is the ultimate team sport. You don't win alone, and you don't lose alone either. When one player struggles, the team adjusts. When one player shines, the team benefits. That perspective matters, especially for defensive players who are constantly isolated in one-on-one matchups. What made this message stand out is that it wasn't performative, it wasn't a press conference soundbite, it felt like a real conversation between two brothers who understand the mental toll of the game. And fans noticed. Many pointed out that Stefon didn't downplay the criticism, he acknowledged it, then reframed it. There have been whispers online, allegedly, that Trevon's aggressive play style invites extra scrutiny, and some fans want him to play it safer. Stefon's response to that mindset was clear. Don't let people rewrite who you are as a player. Growth doesn't mean erasing your strengths, it means refining them. By the end of the message, Stefon made one thing very clear. With discipline, preparation, and trust, you can compete with any team in the NFL. That wasn't hype, that was belief. Belief in Trevon, belief in the system, and belief in the grind that most fans never see. The reaction to Stefon Diggs' words was immediate, and what stood out most was how many fans said this message felt bigger than football. People weren't just reacting as NFL viewers, they were reacting as people who know what it's like to be judged publicly, to be reduced to one bad moment, one mistake, one headline. That's why the message traveled so fast. It tapped into something universal. A lot of fans pointed out that Trevon Diggs plays one of the most unforgiving positions in sports. As a cornerback, you can lock someone down all game, but the one time you give up a big play, that's what gets replayed. Stefon clearly understands that dynamic, and his message subtly pushed back against the culture of instant condemnation that surrounds defensive players in particular. Let's be real, quarterbacks and receivers can have off days and still get grace, but defensive backs, they get cooked online immediately. Former players and analysts chimed in too, saying this is exactly the kind of mindset younger players need to hear. Not the cliche, block out the noise talk, but specific guidance. Don't let outside pressure force you into changing your identity or making rushed decisions. That's no light work, especially in a league where contracts, endorsements, and reputations are tied to perception just as much as performance. What also caught attention was how Stefon framed success. He didn't say, ignore everyone and just prove them wrong. Instead, he emphasized training, preparation, and trusting the team. That's a grown man perspective. It really makes you wonder how many careers could have looked different if players had that kind of grounding early on, instead of reacting emotionally to criticism. Another layer fans picked up on was the emotional maturity in Stefon's tone. This wasn't the fiery Diggs people associate with sideline moments or competitive outbursts. This was reflective, calm, almost parental, and that contrast made the message hit even harder because it showed growth. People said it felt like Stefon was speaking not just as a brother, but as someone who's already walked through the highs and lows Trevon is currently navigating. Some fans even connected this to the broader conversation about mental health in professional sports. Athletes are expected to perform at elite levels while absorbing nonstop criticism from media, fans, and social platforms. Stefon's message didn't directly mention mental health, but the subtext was there. Protect your mind, protect your purpose, and don't let chaos dictate your choices. There was also discussion about legacy. The Diggs brothers are already making history, and many fans said moments like this are what separate great players from impactful ones. Stats fade, clips get old, but leadership and wisdom, especially when shared publicly, leave a different kind of mark. Stefon wasn't chasing viral praise, but ironically, that authenticity is exactly what made the message go viral. Critics, of course, had their say too. A few people argue that public encouragement doesn't change on-field outcomes, but even those voices had to admit something important. Confidence and clarity matter. If this is true, it's very concerning how often fans underestimate the mental side of the game while demanding perfection every Sunday. What's clear is that Trevon Diggs isn't facing this season alone. He has a brother who understands the pressure, understands the criticism, and understands how quickly narratives can flip. And that support system, especially one rooted in honesty instead of hype, can be the difference between spiraling and stabilizing. As the NFL season continues, people will keep watching Trevon closely, not just for interceptions or coverage stats, but to see how he responds. And whether fans realize it or not, this message already did its job. It reframed the conversation from, is he good enough, to how does he grow without losing himself? So now I want to hear from you. Do you think messages like this actually help players handle backlash better, or is performance the only thing that truly matters in the NFL? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown and want more real conversations like this around sports and celebrity culture, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. But that's all I have for you, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you all.